Tacoma Defiance, a 3-4-3-4. Their formation, it all comes down to Brunel and Kingston. That relationship needs to be spot on. Kingston is going to have the freedom to push a little bit higher, so expect Brunel to be that connective tissue from back to front, because on the other side for the Yoka Roots, Masnawi, he's the key to everything. If he gets on the ball early and often for Gavin Glinton, that would afford EJ Johnson a lot of space to run in behind, and that's the player that you want him to stretch this Tacoma Defiance back line.
We are ready to get things going here in Washington at Starfire. This field has seen a lot of Open Cup history, including last year when the Seattle Sounders made a very deep run in the semifinal, losing to LAFC here at Starfire. No Sounders in it this year. They were in CONCACAF Champions Cup. They were exempt. Tacoma Defiance appear here in their stead. But some familiar faces in this Tacoma lineup from that Seattle side that made the run last year, starting in goal with Andrew Thomas, who became a hero last year, scoring the winning penalty in their ability to advance over Louisville City. Some familiar faces for Tacoma. This Oakland side coming off their first win of the season over FC Tulsa, hoping to compound that now with a win in Open Cup. Their first Open Cup match of the year, entering here in round 3. They're right to left in the white, Tacoma left to right in the gray and blue. Referee Dion Cox sends us on our way. Third round action between Tacoma and Oakland here in Open Cup. Happy to have you with us this evening on Paramount Plus. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Another matchup between USL and MLS Next Pro for Tacoma Defiance. Last time it was against the 3rd Division USL League 1 side. This time stepping up against a Division 2 USL Championship side. So a chance for the cup set this evening for Tacoma. But you and I were talking ahead of this one, Ricky. Sure, it'd be a cup set in terms of the definition of a cup set, but you could look at this game and maybe argue that Tacoma is the favorite. They're a very strong side, a lot of talent, some MLS players that have dropped down from the first team, and they have always been that sort of tough out, making the playoffs every year in Next Pro. This is not your typical definition of a cup set if it turns out to be that tonight.
And they've had success in US Open Cup already. And let's not forget, for the Oakland Roots, they're coming off their first win in 2025 at Tulsa, which is a difficult place to play. So for Gavin Glinton, there is a little bit of momentum here, but we do expect this game to be tight. It's going to be competitive. First 10 minutes is going to be really telling to see which team can get in a tempo first.
And the case could be made that Oakland's win over Tulsa was actually their worst performance of the year, a game that maybe they very easily could have lost 3-4-1 as they won it 2-1 on a pair of Wolfgang Prentice goals. Performances leading up to that game had been better, even though the results hadn't been there. The lineup tonight for Oakland, handful of guys who are their first choice players, the likes of Justin Rasmussen, Navel Hackshaw, Abdi Mohammed, Danny Gomez. Outside of that, players in positions where you could argue maybe second choice. Certain positions, they are definitely second choice, just getting an opportunity tonight in Open Cup. So Tacoma not quite going up against a full strength Roots, but when you talk about Open Cup and the potential for impact players in the second half or extra time if need be, it's a loaded bench tonight for Oakland. Julian Bravo, Jurgen Dahm, Wolfgang Prentice, a lot of their big heavy hitters on the bench, including Peter Wilson as well, up top with Jose Sinisterra. So Oakland giving some guys some opportunities tonight. Will very much look a different side in the second half when those subs do take place. So what can Tacoma do in the meantime? Here's Osase De Rosario. De Rosario goes for goal!
Gagi, no need, because when he does that, now that allows De Rosario to run in acres of space. As it cuts centrally, it takes a wicked deflection. Spiegel's beat. That's an injured suit.
Back in the 2021 season. Looks like Peter Kingston will serve this one, though. It is Kingston on goal! What a stunner that is! Tacoma go on top in style!
Just creating something out of nothing from Kingston. Everyone thinks that this ball is going to be pumped into a dangerous area, but I love the audacious effort, and he hits it so.
Rasmussen, service. Travian Souza does well. Has a man streaking open in the box on this near side. It's Kang at the back post. It's just wide.
Yeah, I love this movement from Souza. Picks his head up right here and understands there's acres of space for Kang. Picture perfect ball. If you're Kang, you just need to run onto it. Get clean contact.
Well, Kingston's already delivered once. Can he do it again? Peter Kingston saved, and it's off the post end as well. Spiegel got a piece out of the post.
But the power from this distance from Kingston, bending away, not really secure.
El Masnaoui. That fan doesn't agree. Gomez, free kick, whipped in the header, over the bar.
They've been at their best when they're playing quick and they're changing the point of attack, and you have movement from wide areas of the field, and that's something that if you are Michael Morris, you want to see to continue in the second half.
Tacoma right to left in the gray. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. We're underway in half number 2. And an assist. Only the 2 players on the bench for the Roots are defenders, but attacking-minded defenders. And Julian Bravo and Jurgen Dahm, could see them later on. 4 subs already utilized by the Roots. Aggressive, necessarily so, from Gavin Clinton, given this attack has had no life in this one.
Great decision there from Baker. Ball over the top, no pressure whatsoever, headed back into Andrew Thomas. Not only do you get to reset, but you take some precious seconds off of the clock and push your players higher up the field.
Not a good night for Oakland when the first header on target of the second half from across comes from a defender. Coming back to his keeper, look out. Given away here by Thomas, but he makes the save on Sinistera.
Up and away from Andrew Thomas. Never back to where it came from. But love the hardest thing for a goalkeeper when you're not tested through the run of play. Become a little bit complacent. Peter Wilson, the tying goal.
Corner swung in. Prentice deflected over the bar. Whipped in quick from the corner. More of a sustained attack now for the Roots. Curled in by Rasmussen. Thomas punches away. Maybe seeing that chance created by Thomas's mistake gives him a bit of a spark here. Gagi. Already seen 1 free kick goal in this one. Justin Rasmussen not going to produce a second there. Peter Kingston's free kick at this end in the first half, the difference right now.
Really difficult to get it up and over the wall and get it down. Not the best of attempts from Rasmussen. Gonna want that one back with his quality.
Elsewhere, AV Alta and Orange County have gone to extra time at 2-2. If you're a Tacoma fan tuning in for this, you are rooting for Orange County in the hopes that Tacoma could be the side that takes home that prize for the furthest advancing 3rd Division team. El Farolito have already won the prize for the furthest advancing Open Division team. It's not quite really the end yet for 3rd Division teams as we approach the round of 32, but as you continue to thin the herd, it's better for Tacoma should they hold on here. The only 3rd Division side so far that's come through today. Union Omaha, 4 more alive tomorrow. Oh, it's plausible. If it's chalk tomorrow and it's higher division sides going through, it could just be Tacoma and Omaha left standing for that prize. AV Alta would like to join that group, though, with a win and extra time over Orange County. Running concurrently. You can double screen it if you want on Paramount Plus, the Lazo Network. Mike Watts, Gary Bailey with you late night on the call for that one. Andrew Thomas gets this one up and away. After the last one ricocheted off of Wolfgang Prentice's face and almost in. But Oakland wins it back. On the turn, Sinistera. He's acting as that number 10 in there right now. Wilson feeds wide, fed back into Wilson, saved by Thomas and cleared. You knew at some point Andy Thomas would have to come up big, and he does for Tacoma. Quick throw for Oakland. Runners in the box, shout for handball given. Penalty for the Roots.
Watch his right arm as it comes back across his body. Makes himself bigger. Denial of a ball across the 18-yard box. Clear pen.
Novell Hackshaw steps up for Oakland. Center back taking this one for the Roots. 75th minute, Hackshaw calmly. It's 1-1.
No question whatsoever about the call from Dion Cox. That's the right arm coming back across.
Sinistera's service flicked away. For the volley, it's a slip by Alexeev. Never had a chance. And there's the whistle that sends us to extra time. 90 minutes down, 30 minutes to go. Perhaps penalties loom here in Tukwila. Along with Ricky Lopez Espin, I'm Joe Malva. Happy to have had you with us the whole way tonight. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Jürgen Dahm subbed on for Oakland from the corner now. Prentice sends it back in. The header just glances wide. Congratulations to AV Alta in their inaugural season in USL League One. They've pulled off a cup set. Tacoma would like one of their own. Two teams who met 4 times as USL Championship foes back in 2021. They've been kept apart ever since in Tacoma's move to MLS Next Pro. Rasmussen plays it in, decent ball, headed clear. Rasmussen whips it in, settled, volleyed, saved. Yorahanga denied by Thomas.
Just first to react from Yorahanga. Think that Peter Wilson is trying to collect this with this first touch that just gets away with him. How good has Hackshaw been for the Oakland Roots? Flawless in his positioning, comfortable on the ball. Obviously he has the goal to go with his performance. It's a truly...
Given away now by Hackshaw. De Rosario deflected and in! Tacoma finds a way! Defiance in the face of Oakland! They lead 2-1!
the most active player for Tacoma Defiance through this whole game, finds himself in a dangerous area, casual from Hackshaw. Survive and advance, doesn't need to be pretty, just needs to be effective. And a lot of times the best team doesn't win. Teams that capitalize on mistakes, players that make plays. Job not done for Tacoma Defiance, because you know that the Oakland Roots are going to throw everything and then some to try to equalize this game.
Not all goals created equal. A stunning direct free kick for Kingston to make it 1-0 Tacoma. A deflected bouncing ball to make it 2-1 for Tacoma. They all count the same. They lead 2-1. 8 minutes to go. Will their Open Cup run continue? First round win over Washington Athletic Club and amateur side. Second round win over Spokane Velocity, the USL League One. Volleyed here nicely by Wolfgang Prentice. The first touch to settle, the second to hit it, but right at Thomas.
Nicely done here from Prentice. And like I mentioned, he finds himself in some really nice situations in around the 18-yard box, has a good feel of being at the right place at the right time. But he's a player that you just need more production out of.
Blasted by Thomas. Headed on into the path of De Rosario. Weaving his way through here, Corey. Tacoma fans would like to breathe a bit easier. Gairahanga gets an elbow up on Baker. Referee spotted it. Yellow is shown to Baker, much to the chagrin of the crowd, and he is sent off. Immediately, the thought was that it would go against Gairahanga. We'll show you the replay. Watch Gairahanga. He elbows Baker in the face here in the... Baker somehow ends up with a second yellow. Rasmussen. Bravo. Sinistera couldn't handle it. Fans with some choice words for the referee.
Think they agree with it?
I don't think so. Open Cup After Dark setting in with some of that language. Our apologies. 2 minutes to play. Floated in, headed clear. Volleyed back in. Thomas, good hands.
It's a good idea from Tyler Gibson as the ball pops out. The technical ability to keep his shoulder square. Never enough pace or power to beat Andrew Thomas from that distance.
Squared back. Gairahanga. Rasmussen teeing it up. Rasmussen saved by Thomas. Entering the final minute of extra time.
It's a good strike from Rasmussen. A lot of bodies in front of Andrew Thomas, who yet again, secure hands from the goalkeeper.
Prentice. Sinistera won't get it. Final whistle. Tacoma pulls off the cup set late night in Tequila.